Over the past 50 years, computers have become an integral part of everyday life. The field of human-computer interaction is an essential element of technological development.
So human-computer interaction is basically the combination of fields relating to people, such as psychology, sociology, and fields relating to technologies like computer science and engineering, and fields related to that, and informatics as well. And so it does a really nice job of combining the strengths in both of those areas to find out about how we can build technologies that take into account human behaviors and human thoughts and human needs. It traditionally kind of started with just the whole, input, mouse, keyboard sort of things, but it's since expanded into the whole human experience or user experience. So I'd say the user experience is the expansion of human-computer interaction to cover things such as people enjoying technology, people having fun with technology, people being productive with technology. So the goals of HCI are really all about first of all, understanding the human needs, so understanding what it is people need in terms of technologies, what doesn't exist yet that could. So that involves kind of understanding in depth what people's current tasks are, what their current solutions are, what workarounds they have, what breakdowns they have with the current technologies they use or current process that they use. Then really going through a really creative design process to come up with new technologies that can address those needs. And then looping back around and figuring out, okay, we've built these things, does it actually work for them? So doing in-depth evaluations of, comparing them to the old system, deploying them for real and realistic environments to find out, are they making people's lives easier? Are they making their lives more fun? So those are the major goals of HCI.
Research in HCI received its first big boost in the 1980s when affordable personal computers like the Macintosh became more accessible to the public. Prior to this time, computer access was reserved for universities and other scientific institutions. The rapid development and improvement of computer use is credited to the increased availability of software and platforms to the public. This rising demand for improvements in computer usability ushered in the synthesis of cognitive and technological research into a new field of informatics. Improvements in HCI are centered on the concept of usability. Our understanding of usability has continued to grow alongside the advancement of computer technologies. Early 1980s research of HCI defined usability as easy to learn, easy to use, but has since developed into a broadened spectrum of ideas, including human development, aesthetics, and fun. The HCI field has grown out of the limitations of a strictly computer science-based discipline into an interdisciplinary field of psychology, communication, information science, and design, but remains steadfast in its pursuits of the evolving idea of usability.
So right now when you think of HCI, you might think of things like computer screen, mouse, and keyboard, or maybe now even to mobile phones. But I think the future of HCI may not have any interfaces whatsoever. So there's a new field called ubiquitous computing, and it's all about computing disappearing into the environment. So it's a vision of computing for taking computing and making it a central thing of what we do and making it much more of an ambient thing that we do. So a lot of the visions for this have been things like smart environments where sensors sense your activities and automatically respond to you, as opposed to you consciously having to click something on a mouse or keyboard. There's also been some really cool work in gesture-based or natural user interfaces that also don't require holding on to anything. So Microsoft Kinect is the kind of first commercial product that's going into this space. So I think in the future, we're going to be seeing a lot more of these sort of off-the-desktop technologies.
Moore's law ensures that landscapes will continue to shift, providing new forms of interaction to explore and new practices to improve. The first generation of computer researchers, designers, and users grew up without computers. Then came a generation who began using computers as students. They entered workplaces and changed the way technology was used. Now a generation has grown up with game consoles and cell phones, absorbing an aesthetic of technology design, communicating with IM and text messaging, developing skills at searching, browsing, tagging, synthesizing, and acquiring multimedia authoring talent via digital cameras and blogs. They are entering workplaces, and they will change everything once again.